Thank,
Hi.
thank you so much for agreeing to be so vulnerable and go online and open about this regression experience that we're about to do. And tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you for having me. It's very, very exciting. Um, I'm from Melbourne, Australia. Hi, everyone. I currently have a couple of little side hustle businesses, very vintage inspired, very pink. But I also have a really long vested interest in everything metaphysical, my soul's journey, spirit. My dad taught me how to read tarot at a very young age. So I've always kind of rolled in communities like this one. Um, I'm a mum of two boys. I've got a couple of animals. And what else is me? I guess we're really going to find out what who I am today after finding out other parts of my previous lives.
Yes. One thing that I want to point out is that you do live a vintage style life. It is not that
Oh, I love it.
you don't adore vintage, you live vintage. And I have so much respect and I love vintage deeply. I don't live a vintage lifestyle, but I that's all of my extracurricular that I love with movies and fashion. Most of my fashion is inspired, but you really, really immerse yourself in a vintage lifestyle and I love it.
I do my best, and I love it too. And it's also a really sustainable type of
Oh yeah.
style to have as well, because if you're really going to get dedicated to it, most of these things are secondhand. They've lived lives before, and you're donating to charities. Like, I think it's a really good option if you're interested.
Oh
Go
yeah.
full, go fully into it.
I agree. I live in thrift stores. Most everything I own, I mean, I do have some things that are not from from thrift stores or thrift
I
shops, but
mean,
most everything is right. Exactly. But most everything I get, I would say 75% of everything I own is from thrift stores. I live in them. I love them.
awesome.
Yeah, I love them to death. Um, so what we're going to do now is I want to talk a little bit about, um, when you do a past life regression, there are many, many benefits from past life regression. And one of the things, of course, would be like I've spoke about before, when someone might be experiencing something in their health that seems like it just doesn't make any sense. Why do I have this? Why is it continually? Why is it always a problem? And oftentimes cannot be explained. Sometimes it can be explained, like you're always stubbing your toe and it's because I'm moving too fast or whatever, but whatever health reasons you might be having, digestive or just all different levels, all different kinds of health reasons, there's a reason we have them. Why do we have them? And a lot of times with past life regression, we can find the answers to why those are chronic issues with our health. And then also emotional problems. We can resolve lots of attachment to emotional issues and PTSD. A lot of times I'll have clients who have suffered very from very traumatic experiences, whether they were in a war, a soldier, and were very traumatized by this, the trauma of being a soldier and being under orders to do things they don't want to do and participate or be exposed to things that are so graphic and horrible, or being
Mm.
a victim of crime and having trauma from that. Or I have clients who maybe are victims of accidents, car accidents that are so traumatic, they carry with them such severe PTSD that even the thought of getting in a car, they feel like having a breakdown. So those kind of things, even though maybe they were in a car accident and that's what causes them to have the PTSD, many people are in car accidents and they don't suffer from that kind of traumatic response to a car accident. So there has to be something else there. And oftentimes, I actually, all the time, I have yet to find a past life regression where I don't find one that's connected to what's going on in your life right now. So moving forward, presently to you, Alice. What you said in our intake interview form, um, I could repeat it, but I'd rather hear it directly from you. What would you like to be able to receive from this journey in past life regression?
Sure. So aside from being totally open to absolutely anything that pops up, I'm really just wanting to have a deeper understanding and comfort in my current life's journey, and hopefully learn a little bit more about my purpose, why I've experienced what I've experienced in this life, and what I need to learn from that, and what I need to sort of follow, and hopefully just feel a little bit more settled about the journey I'm going on in this life. I often feel like I'm there's something I've got to do, and I've never really had a lot of clarity about it.
Hmm.
But I would really love to learn how my past lives have, or even just one significant past life has
Right.
calculated and contributed to who I am and why I chose this journey right now.
Okay. So, is this something that you do not you do you feel like there's something that you need to do, or do you know what it is and you're not sure that you have the ability to move forward and do it? Are you aware of what you feel the calling to do, or is it that you would like to know what it is?
I think I'd like to know what it is. I think I've pivoted in my career, on my creative side a lot. And I'll tend to go and get a certification in something, study something, work in some field, start up some little business, constantly feeling like I need to fulfill something. But I just haven't, I don't think I've quite refined what that is yet, or quite understand why it is that I constantly have that drive to update and change and impress,
Right.
and ultimately, I've always had this need, I think, to impact others positively, or even just impress people on a certain level with something, with my creativity. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if that pops up in any way.
Excellent. Well, I think that those are really, really important things. There's so many people who feel a deep calling, a yearning to do something meaningful, and it's the hunger and thirst is there, but it's a matter of what is it that I'm going to do? How
Yeah.
am I going to make a difference? What is my purpose? You know, we all want to know what our purpose is. Most of us do on an enlightened path and journey.
Hmm.
Um, Taking a peek into what cell memories present themselves on this journey, um, I think that's going to be very helpful. So I'd like you now to just make yourself very comfortable. If you could lie back and try to relax as best you can. And what we'll do is I'm going to go through some deep hypnosis guidance with you, leading you into trance. And I'll take you pretty deep, and then we'll pick up the recording when you are really, really deep into trance. And usually that takes about, um, I usually take about 45 minutes. I take a little bit longer, and do take my clients a little bit deeper, but I feel that the healing that comes from that type of hypnotherapy is so meaningful. You are beginning to feel more uplifted and peaceful. And now go deep inside of the light and allow yourself, your higher self, to lead you to the sources of the questions you are experiencing in this lifetime. Allow your higher self to take you to another time, another place where these challenges and questions were first formed. On the count of three, you will step forward. Go to the sources of the challenges you are facing in your current life. One, allow yourself and your guides to take you to a past parallel or future life where this challenge was first formed. 2. Stepping forward. And 3. Look at your feet. Are you barefoot or are you wearing footwear?
Footwear.
Can you tell me what it looks like?
Brown shoes and white stockings.
And what kind of shoes are they? Brown with
They're like lace. They lace up, just plain brown leather.
okay. And can you tell if they're a woman's foot or a man's foot or a boy's foot or a girl's foot?
I think a woman.
I'd like you to look around you. Take in the scene around you. Where are you?
I don't know, but I feel cold.
Can you see if you're inside or outside?
Outside.
Is it day or night?
The afternoon.
Can you tell where you are? Are you near your home or are you somewhere else?
It's hard to see.
It's all right. Why don't you walk around a little bit? Tell me what you're seeing. What are you wearing?
Gravel.
You're on the gravel?
Gravel. I have a jacket on. It's, I think it's velvet.
Do you know what the style of the jacket is? Can you tell me maybe what the year might be?
It's a tailored jacket. I think it's about at the turn of the century, about 1900 or just before.
And do you know where you might be? What part of the world does it feel like?
I think England.
And can you tell me, do you know what your position is? What type of status do you have as a woman?
I have a job.
Do you know where you work?
I think I work to do with horses.
Where do you work?
Maybe making something for horses.
You work, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You're working making what?
Sewing things and making things that go on horses. Like it's
Okay, so like livery for horses.
like because they want to decorate their horses.
Okay, all right. So you create decorative things
nice.
for the horses. Okay. That sounds like a very interesting craft.
there's people who are of nobility, and they like their horses to look the best.
Of course. And so that's your job. Do you have a job there, or is it your business?
I feel like I've been there for a while. I'm not. I think it might be my business, but I've done the work previously,
Sure.
and
Do you
I make sure
Okay.
others get the work done.
Okay, so you're definitely in charge. And are you on your way um, somewhere? You're walking on gravel. Where are you
I
walking
think
to?
I might be going home.
Okay. What have you been thinking about? How do you feel? Happy or sad?
Happy.
All right, I want you to take a deep breath. And as you exhale, we're going to step forward to the front doorstep of your home. Planting your foot in front of the door, I want you to enter your residence and tell me what you see there as you open the door.
I have a fireplace that I can cook on.
Is that in the main room, or is it a particular room that you're looking at?
Yeah, it's in the middle of the house. It's warm. And I have a furniture. But everything looks, because I think it's about 5 p.m. and it's getting dark. And the fire is making everything in the room look a bit orange.
Okay.
And
What
it's flickering.
what does the furniture look like in your room? What is it wooden or is it upholstered?
It's both. It's wooden frames, and there's upholstery and padding on it for comfort.
Nice. Do you live
And
there
a
alone?
lounge. I don't think so. I don't. Someone's home, but I don't know.
Because when you
I
walked
think
in,
I
the
don't.
fire was already going.
Yeah, there's the left end of the house. I can't see.
That's all right. Why don't you just go sit in front of the fire and enjoy the warmth of the fire? And do you think maybe someone else lit the fire and got it comfortable for you so that it was warm by the time you got home?
Yeah, I I think I have a husband and son. I think they're at the other end of the house.
Okay, let's focus on your husband and your son. Can you tell me how you feel about them?
Comfortable. The husband is older. My husband is older than me.
Do you know what
I
your
don't think
name is?
Victoria.
How old do you think you are, Victoria?
40.
And how old is your son?
He's young. He's 5.
All right. And let's take a deep breath now. And as you exhale, we're going to go to the next important event in your life. Stepping forward, 1, 2, 3. And now you're here. Tell me where you are.
Selling my business.
So it was your company.
I can have money and relax now.
And so you can have money to do what you like. Is that what you said?
Yes, we want to travel around the country for a while with our cart. My husband's old.
How old do you
I
think
don't.
he is?
He seems nearly 20 years older than me, but I'm not sure
Okay.
exactly how old. But I think he had to finish work quite early.
Mm-hmm.
He's
How old are you now
got a
that when you're selling your business? How old do you think you are?
son's 15.
How do you feel about it?
I'm 49 actually.
49. Okay.
I'm
And
49.
then how do you feel about selling your business? Are you happy about it or are you sad to see it
Good.
go? You feel good.
Good. Because it's something that will be carried forward and people will remember what I built.
That's a very good way to look at it.
But I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
You've had it for a long time.
Yeah.
And so you're going to be traveling the country with your husband now.
We live in northern England, at the
Oh,
top.
and your son's older now.
15.
Mm-hmm. And is he going to travel with you or is he somewhere else?
He's traveling with us. He doesn't have any siblings, so we're very close.
Is there anything you want to tell me about your life? Have you been happy about your life?
I've been happy, but I know my husband doesn't have long to live. We have to do it now.
Yes. Are you worried about his health?
Yes. I don't know if I'm worried. I think I've come to terms with it. That I think he's not going to be around for more than 2 years.
Did your husband help you run the business or did he have a different business?
He supported me. He had a different career, but he
Mhm.
finished his career early. I think he might have weak legs. Something
Can
makes him shake. He can't work on tools. He can't work on tools anymore.
is he is he able to walk or is he have to have something to help him?
I I help him and my son helps him. but he can still climb into the cart by himself, but he has to keep warm
Mm-hmm.
or his muscles. I don't know what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anyone else in your family to help you? Any sisters or brothers or family of any kind?
I have a sister, but she doesn't live nearby.
So do you stay in touch with her?
Yes. I think we're staying with her for a few weeks when after we first leave on our cart trip.
And what does she do?
She's a housewife.
What kind of life does she have?
She has a house different to mine, but we love each other. She she's a housewife and she's never had a job, and she has a
Mm-hmm.
big, not a farm, but she lives on land in her house. She has 3 kids, and then I lived in the town in a
Mm-hmm.
smaller house,
I see.
but amongst more busy life. And she thinks it's funny that I work, but she understands.
Yes. Does she have children then as well?
Yes, she has 3 kids, and they're younger than my son.
Oh, wow. What's your son's name?
Don't know.
That's all right.
Won't come to me.
That's okay. Do you know your last name, Victoria?
It's German, but I don't
You can try to sound it out.
like scalp, but it's like S, starts with S.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Schultz, but it's not Schultz. I think we're so close. My husband is German. He's from Germany. He has no family here.
I see. Now I want you to just breathe in, and we're going to step forward into the next major event of your life. 1, 2, 3. Stepping forward. Tell me where you are and what's happening.
My husband's gone. He's been gone for some time, more than a year. My son is going to be married. He's very young, but he's going to be married. And I've bought a property near my sister.
I see.
Just near her, and I have a house. I'm not sure if I bought land off.
So you've
I think
moved
it's
to
just
go live close to her then?
it makes me cry. Um, her husband died, and so now I've got it. I had some money. So I've moved near her, and I'll help her out.
Mm-hmm.
I have different skills to her.
Right. You're more, you're able to support yourself and survive better, probably.
Yeah, I know how to talk business, but she doesn't.
Is she going to
So
move in with you?
no, she's staying in her house with her kids, and just up the back, like one or two paddocks away, I've got a house. I don't know if I've built it or if um, if it was already a small, like an not outhouse is not the word,
Mm-hmm.
like a small house I can now live up the back in the country, and I can have gardens, and I'm going to plant herbs
Mm-hmm.
and live a slow life
Nice.
with fresh air.
Yeah.
But my son he's coming to get married at the property.
And is your son going to be anywhere near you, or is he going to stay over where he was before in the city?
He's going to move away
How far?
to London. He wants to study
I see. What does he want? Do you know what he wants to study?
medicine. It's making me very sad but happy
Mm-hmm.
because he's starting life much younger than I did. And I like his wife. His she's nice and she understands that they need to visit lots. But she's ambitious too. So they're going to move to London. I think they're going to both study. And he's very supportive of her studying. I think it's because he's seen me work
Yes.
and he knows that a woman's role doesn't have to be
Right.
as traditional as everyone else. But it's making me cry because I know after the wedding they'll be gone.
Yes.
But I will have my sister and we'll be able to have
And you can
we'll be
always,
able to cook together.
yeah, you'll be able to have a garden and you'll have company, but you can always take small trips and visit him in the city.
Yeah. It takes a long time to get there.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
We're in York. We're in an area called York.
Okay.
I used to live above. I can see the map of England, and we used to live in the town over to the left. That's where my old business is, and
Mm-hmm.
now we've moved over, and we're like in northeast England.
Are you going to just retire, or are you going to start another little business over there?
I think I'll sell things from my garden, but I don't think I need the money. But I need to keep busy
Sure.
because I have my sister and her.
Right.
I'm not that old.
Right. You're young.
I don't. I'm only in my might be 52,
Yeah, you're
53.
very, very young. You still have a lot of life to live.
Yeah, I don't want to let my body. I don't want to take it for granted.
No. Is there anything else that you can tell us about how you feel about your life right now?
I feel I feel privileged to have worked hard and be financially comfortable, but I do feel like everything happened in up until now, and now I have to start again and decide
Yeah.
what to do from here. But my garden, I'm going to grow lots of plants and people were going to want to buy them, like a nursery, because I have the time and patience now. My son's moving away, and I've got the land and the air is clean to grow.
Is it a garden for like healing herbs, or is it vegetables?
There's
Or
there's chamomile. I know I have chamomile. It's very wiry looking. It looks so messy when it grows, but
Mhm.
I think I have chamomile. I'm not into any of that witchy stuff, but I know that some herbs do really good things. Chamomile does, lavender does. And people around here will buy it and it will make me feel good.
Yes.
It'll make me feel good that they're going to feel good from what I've grown.
Yes.
But the money I will probably save for when I have grandchildren or for my niece and nephews.
Yes. Would you like to tell us anything more about this life point in your life?
I know it just becomes a simple life.
Very good. Do you have any desire to share it with someone romantically again?
No, I shut that off.
All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take another deep breath and we're going to allow your higher self to take us forward to the next important event in this life, Victoria. Breathing in, exhaling, and stepping forward. You're now in this life. Tell me where you are and what is going on.
There's a war. It's not peaceful now.
Mm-hmm. How old are you?
It's been about 10 years.
Mm. So you're in your early 60s. What's happening?
I want to buy our land. I want to use it. It's very noisy. It's like they want to make a soldier camp. It's too much chaos for me.
Mm.
They we don't have to move, but I think everything they're doing is ruining the land. They're
So,
ruining our land for war.
yeah, they're taking over all of your land. And what about your son?
He's not going to war. He has children and he's got too much knowledge. But I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him for a while.
How's your sister?
Stressed. She looks much older.
Mm-hmm. What about your
I
nieces
think
and nephews? Go ahead.
my nephews are gone. They've moved somewhere. My niece is still there. And my niece is different.
In what way?
Her brain's different. She can't go. She can't move away.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to be with her mum. She needs to be with us.
And so you protect her and look out for her.
She's always going to be around us.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And
My sister's going to
mhm.
sell. My sister's going to sell the property
Uh-huh.
for money in somewhere smaller. I think we're going to move down south.
And then are you going to sell your home too?
Yeah, I think my sister technically owned it, but I agree. The chaos and the plants won't grow properly.
Mm-hmm. So you think it'll be safer to move down south? How far south are you going to go?
To the beach. To the beach isn't a nice beach, but it's got fresh air.
Do you know what town it would be? What city?
It's near Brighton, but it's not Brighton.
Mm.
Somewhere more east.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a deep breath and we're going to move forward to the move after you've made the move now. Taking in the breath, exhaling, and now you've already made your move. And tell me where you are.
We're in a small house, but it's really comfortable. It's in a village, and everyone comes there to fish. And there's a fisherman who keeps visiting. I think he likes me, and it's nice to have the company, but I'm not interested. He's he's a nice man though.
What's his name?
Starts with R. It might be Ronald or Ralph. It's Ron. People call him Ron.
And you're just not interested, but it's nice for the company, yeah?
It feels good that he's interested, but he has dinner with us, with me and my sister and my niece a lot, and he brings us fish.
Uh-huh.
He's sneaky. He brings us food. He brings us something. He's meant to sell. I think He's meant to sell them, but he brings some to us. So he takes care of us. I think
Oh.
he has grown up children that have gone off somewhere else, and he's a widower, and so he understands how everyone
Oh.
feels, so we all relate. And he's very open minded, which is why he's so accepting of my needs.
He sounds like a nice person.
We, we can spend lots of time walking along the coast, along the pebble beaches, but it does get very windy and very cold, so we are often inside.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my sister are almost married to each other now.
Yes.
Cooking and fighting and laughing.
Yes.
I don't think we have any room for anyone else in our life.
Yeah.
Ron is our friend and he's special, but I think we all need each other. Just the company.
Yes. Maybe he'll be okay with just being your friend.
I think he is. I think he doesn't have any expectations.
Mm-hmm. But it's still a nice thing to know that someone has a crush on you. It lifts your spirits.
Yeah. Even though I don't like him like that, I still make sure that I look nice when he comes over.
Of course.
We almost pretend the war's not going on.
Yeah. How long has the war been going on now?
A couple of years, but it doesn't really impact us where we are.
That's good. It's very fortunate. Now I want you to breathe in, and we're going to skip ahead. We're going to skip ahead to the end of the war. Breathing in, exhaling. I want you to tell me, what is life like right now?
Quiet. I don't move much. I think I'm ready to go.
Hmm. You're just tired now.
I'm tired, but I'm calm. I don't have anything else to prove.
How old do you think you are?
I might be 73.
Okay.
I think my bones, I don't move like they used to.
Right. Is your sister still alive?
Yes. I think she's living with Ron.
Oh. So she and Ron ended up making a life together.
She wouldn't call it that. She would say they're just friends. But I'm glad she's living with him because I won't be able to take care of him.
And so is she romantically involved with him?
In secret, I think.
Yeah.
I hope she's happy.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
She doesn't want her sons to be sad that she's replaced their dad. But I think they know anyway. She's just stubborn.
Yeah. But she's happy.
Yeah.
What else is happening around you with your children and your son and his wife and grandchildren?
My son has a daughter. She's a teenager. They live in London.
Mm.
They live a much fancier life than what I would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Isabel is my granddaughter. And she has red hair,
Oh.
like her mum. My
Oh.
son has very blonde hair.
Beautiful. When's the last time you got to see them?
A few weeks ago.
How nice. Did they come to see you there?
Yes.
What do you think about your life?
It's been good. It's been a bit lonely. And I sort of wish I'd started doing things earlier in life. Or had my son earlier so I could have had more time.
Mm-hmm.
Just didn't turn out that way.
What would you have done differently?
Had a baby earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Had
You
a
were
baby
busy.
earlier.
You were busy
But I
running.
know,
Yeah.
but I know I couldn't have had my business if I had.
Mm-hmm.
So it turned out how it was meant to. But I'm satisfied because the business I started,
Mm-hmm.
it's still going. And oh, and my family will always know that I started it off when they see those horse things.
Yes. It's a
They're
legacy.
like black blankets and ribbons.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a legacy.
Very beautiful.
I think I'm seeing my husband's ghost.
In the room with you right now?
Yeah,
Do you think it's time for you to go?
yeah, he keeps coming and pestering me,
Hmm.
and but I'm happy to go now.
Yes. Well, let's go ahead and let's let Victoria rest. Let's go let her go to her rest. And taking a deep breath to the last few seconds of her life. Just take one last breath as Victoria and let her go into the light. I want you now to breathe in, and I want you to allow yourself to float above Victoria's body and take a look down there and tell me what you see.
She's in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
She looks happy.
Mm-hmm.
I look It's my body, but I'm going now.
Yeah. And it was painless. She just took a breath and she was
Yeah,
gone.
I just said, all right,
Hmm. It's her
I'm
choice. It was her choice.
mm,
Hmm. Now, I want to see if we can rewind Victoria's life. And we're going to rewind it to the time that she decided to sell her business. Actually, let's take it to the time in her life when her husband just passed away. Okay, and your son is heading off to London to go to school now. I'd like to rewind it there. Can we just rewind it to the point where she's seeing the son off? Victoria's saying goodbye right now. And I want you now, Alice, with me. We're going to breathe in and we're going to create a tunnel. It's going to be a round circle of light, like a wormhole that we're going to be able to invite Victoria to come through. Okay, we're going to take a deep breath. When opening up the wormhole, I want you to just call Victoria in to come through the room, through the tunnel, into the room where you are right now, and have her to sit next to you there on the bed, just to relax and lay her body down there next to you. And I want you to let her know who you are, that you're her other self. She can think of you as a sister, but it's really you in another life. Just let her know who you are.
she already knows.
Okay.
She already knows.
All right. Now, what we're going to do is, if you don't mind, is it okay if you introduce her to me so that I can talk with her as well?
Who's Rhonda? This is Victoria. She's the one wearing black.
Mm-hmm. I see her. Is it all right if I communicate with her? Is that okay with her?
Yeah, she's intrigued.
Ah, I'm so happy that you're here, Victoria, and you've had quite a life. And right now in your life, I know you're dealing with the emptiness in your home since your husband passed in the past year. And now your son is going off to medical school in London. And I know that it's a difficult time in your life right now, but we wanted to pull you back to this time and bring you through here because Alice is you in another life and she is you, the same people. But right now, Alice is at a point in her life where she really would like to have more direction and more clarity in her purpose. And we asked your higher self to take Alice on a journey to where it would have a message, something from her to learn from, and it brought us to you. And I want to know if you could please allow Alice to download the wisdom that you've had in your life up to now and the wisdom that you've had in your life to come, and have her to just download it into her own existence here and now to give her clarity and more wisdom and moves to make and choices to make and decisions to make so that she can feel more fulfilled and directed in her life. Can she do that?
Yeah.
Alice, I want you to just breathe in now and openly receive the download of wisdom, of knowing, and experience of all the things and experiences that Victoria has learned and experienced in her life up to this point, and her future life that she will go through, to download the experience and knowledge and wisdom and allow it to become a part of you on a cellular level so that you can make decisions with an open, clear mind and allow your higher self to guide you so that you know that you're making the decisions that are best for you as well as your family, but primarily for you, to give you permission to go where you need to go and to decide what you need to decide for your life. Just breathe it in. Victoria, you still have a whole nother half of your life ahead of you. You're going to have a lot of joy. You're going to have a lot of adventure and experiences and changes and moves. But what we're going to do is we're going to tell you right now, since you were able to travel through this light tunnel that we created for you through time and space, you know the way. And you can come here whenever you want to be with Alice. If you need her guidance and wisdom, and maybe you want to change some choices in your life and do things differently, you have every right to do that. You also can go through this tunnel and share more experiences with Alice and be there with her if you need the company, because you have felt lonesome in your life at times. But Alice is here and she won't let you be alone. Will you, Alice?
Mm-hmm. We'll make up the lost time.
Yes. Now we're going to send Victoria back through the tunnel. With the next breath, we will allow her to be sleeping in her bed. And when she wakes up in the morning, she will have a full memory of this experience. And with that memory, she's going to know without a shadow of a doubt that it really did happen. It was not a dream. It was real. There's nothing wrong with her mind, but it was a gift, a beautiful gift to give her, to let her know that she is not alone and she never will be. And now, Alice, I want you to breathe in deeper and deeper and exhale. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the time where Victoria passed away and she was floating above her body, and we're going to let her travel and follow the light and just keep following the light, escalating higher and higher and higher, ascending closer and closer to the beautiful, beautiful divine light where she will go and rest. Breathing in, exhaling and stepping into the light, walking through the light. You're now in a place where you've been before, a place that you go in between lives, where the people that you love are there waiting for you. Can you look around and tell me who you see that's there?
My dad.
Who else is there?
There's some animals. There's cats. There's a lot of cats.
Mm-hmm.
All the cats from my life. My stepbrother's there. My old husband's there.
Which husband?
Victoria's
All right.
husband. But he's.
Do you recognize him as anyone else in this life?
I think he's my youngest son. It makes me, when I look at him, I don't think that's my husband. I know he was, but I think he's my son. Definitely.
Is there anybody else you recognize that you're sharing life with in this life that you see around you there? Or maybe it was in another life as Victoria?
Victoria's sister. My sister, she's my friend, Madison.
Oh, Victoria's sister is your friend Madison. Is there anyone else you recognize?
No.
Tell me what are you feeling right now?
That it just feels sad to have lost them, but also it just feels a lot. I don't know how to explain it. To know that I can meet them again in this life.
Mm-hmm. It's a comfort, isn't it?
Yeah, and it makes me just think it's funny because it's like, why did it take so long?
Mm-hmm.
Why did it take so long for them to come back?
It does. But they're always there, even if we have to go in trance to go see them at Life Before Life, or if we can connect with them energetically, well, they're always near us. Always. You're never far away from them. Just a vibration away. Just a frequency.
Yeah, it feels knowing that they're with me in this life makes me happy, but it just made me feel a little bit mad at them. It's like, oh, why did you leave me alone for so long?
Right, right. Yeah, right.
But I had to figure it out for myself.
Yeah, right. And that download that you did with Victoria is going to really help to open up and break down those questions for you and give you the answers that you need. Because you're going to have her assistance.
Yeah, and it feels good. And she's saying stop worrying.
Yes, exactly. She didn't worry about anything. She just did things. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the part of her in me that had regret
Hmm.
makes me rush.
Right. So we can give her permission now to do what she needs to do without you feeling like you've got to do every single thing that you think of all at once. You can slow
Yeah,
down and just do one thing at a time. You know, past life regret of Victoria, it doesn't mean that in this life that you need to just do everything. Instead, choose each thing with meaning, right? And enjoy the steps like she did in the garden. She slowed down and she worked in that garden and it brought her so much pleasure and tranquility. She was just doing one thing at that time.
yeah,
Hmm. And she moved away into this in the country. She moved far, far, far away with her sister in the country, and then they ended up moving further away to the beach down south by Brighton to even have a slower life. So you can give yourself permission now and receive that permission to slow down and give yourself time. That's one thing Victoria did do. She said a little bit that she had a lonesome life, but really, she was never alone. She was with herself. She was giving herself time, and that's so healing and nurturing. Maybe you can download that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And maybe you can give yourself permission. Can you say, I give myself permission to slow down?
I give myself permission to slow down.
hmm And you give Victoria permission to come and just put a stop to things and remind you to slow down. She can come in. She's allowed to come into your space. We came into hers.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah. And she loves you and you love her. So it'll be loving. Hmm.
Yeah, because she understands.
Yes, she
It's
does.
like it's more than love.
Yes.
It's just it's knowing. We know each other, and we don't have to explain or justify.
No,
Um, so it's more than love.
absolutely. It's more than love. Yes. And that life goes by awfully quickly, doesn't it?
I feel like it feels like it goes so fast,
Hmm.
and and I live in a rush,
Right.
like I'm waiting for time to run out so
Mm.
quickly. But
No.
I can slow down because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how long it is.
Uh-uh. Doesn't matter. Because those things at the end of the day don't matter. They really don't matter. It's your process, your enjoyment of it, of the time.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yes. Now, you have done so well, Alice. We're going to come back now to present reality. Awareness here. We're going to bring you back. And when you come back, you're going to bring with you all that wisdom, all the lessons, all the learning, all the knowing that you achieved in this lifetime as Victoria. You're going to bring with you all these feelings of peace and tranquility and the knowing that she had. And with it, you will have downloaded this experience from that life into this present life, down to the cellular level. So it becomes a part of you, part of your being on a very, very deep level, allowing you to no longer have the challenge that you had before, allowing the previous version of the life you just visited to continue to give you wisdom and knowledge, to continue to elevate beautifully in this life. And as I count to 5, you'll be fully awake and present. 1, you're beginning to be more aware of where you are. 2, you can feel yourself now lying on the bed. You're aware of being in your body now. 3, you're beginning to settle yourself and your energy and your light body back into your physical body, fitting perfectly, beginning to move your feet and your hands. 4, you can stretch now. And 5, you're fully present and you're alert and you can awaken and open your eyes slowly as you please. I want to hand you a tissue, and I have one right here for you.
One.
Yeah, I can't hand it through the Zoom.
Oh my God. It doesn't look too bad.
No, no. You have a gorgeous face. No, it's nothing's ran at all. How was that experience for you, Alice?
That was unexpected. I did not expect. Oh, I'm going to sit up a bit.
Sure. Make yourself.
Oh, I feel like I've just slept 8 hours.
Yeah, it is amazing.
I did not expect to get emotional through that.
Yes.
It just bubbled up. It was really hard to explain, like a real release.
Right.
But not in a negative way. It was really nice. But it was just these sudden recognition of feelings that I'd never felt before and was suddenly experiencing from, or if it was me,
right,
empathizing, but it felt like it just,
yeah. Well, you were
solving.
You know, you were actually, jumping through time, and you were experiencing a whole different life. So you were taking on her emotions, you know, all of her feelings, and she seemed like she carried so much responsibility so stoically almost. She just went about her business and did what she needed to do, and she didn't really give herself time to feel. She was aware of the sadness of her husband passing, and then a year later her son's moving away, and it felt cold and alone and sad, but she just decided, well, what do I have to do now? And she just kind of went about her business.
Got on with it. Yeah, there was very much a feeling of, although I was aware that she was experiencing a lot of, new beginnings, endings, beginnings, endings.
She wasn't afraid of
like
that.
She's just very, very calm, and probably calmer than what I am. And just like, oh, well, that's just what happens, and had come to terms with a lot of things.
Yeah, she didn't over process things. She just
before they happened. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that maybe also the knowing that her sister, I mean, she lost, I believe she lost her husband after Victoria did, right? Victoria
lost her. So she lost her husband not long after.
Right, very quick. But she knew that she just looked at things like, okay, well, this is the next step, this is the next phase, and she just didn't make a big fuss about it. She just picked up and moved, and did what she needed to do. And even her sister relied on her, I think, on an emotional level very heavily, and that kind of also, I feel that made her even stronger and more More
having to be the
grounded.
backbone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she did feel very grounded.
Yeah.
Like how almost like how I would like to
Right.
be.
Right. Well, you're going to be able to download that. You have already begun the download process. And what you're going to be doing now is you are going to notice that you've given her an invitation. You've made her welcome to
Yeah.
join you in your daily life. When you need a reminder, she's going to be there to remind you and say, "Why are you doing this? Just do this. Stop doing that. Let's just do this." She's going to keep you on
Yeah.
track. She's really going to, because you invited her, you gave her permission, and she's going to do that. And you've already accepted the download on a cellular level into your being, into your physical body and your emotional body. Energetically, you're going to receive that. So you're going to feel this transformation beginning as we speak. You're going to start noticing
Yeah. Do you
it.
know, I feel like I need to go straight after this and go out into the garden and
Yeah,
plant some
plant some chamomile.
seedlings. It's about, yeah, to
Uh-huh.
drink some definitely. But
Yeah,
yeah, it feels like I need to walk straight out in bare feet into the garden. It's about to rain, but
yeah,
I'm really feeling drawn
yes,
out to that
yes,
space
yes. And
to
I
just,
think that that's a great idea because she's guiding you. You're going to feel that. You're going to feel that. So, do you feel that what you were looking for? Because I know that something you didn't mention as we were chatting before this began, but we did talk about it before we began recording your session. That you felt like you would do too many things at once, and you felt that you needed to just like you weren't present with any of them, just
yeah,
basically just hurrying to get them all done and then like, wait, did I even accomplish anything? Did I, you know?
yeah. And if I reflect on like what Victoria's life was, it's like I can almost see where those habits, if there's this little imprint of her life and her sort of regret of not doing things a little bit earlier in life, I can definitely feel that in myself, but without any explanation until today. I've always been feeling like I have to get everything done. I have to achieve because time feels so.
Mm-hmm.
It
Fleeting.
doesn't feel yeah, yeah, and it's just and it makes me stressed out because I feel like I have to achieve everything, but absolutely nobody has set that expectation but me.
Right.
So it's hard, and I guess like reflecting on this experience,
Yeah.
it makes me think, well, is it that part? Is it the old me that goes, come on, get it done quicker, and then you'll be able to fit more in? But it's to the other extreme. So I need to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
s- slow down because I can still do it and maybe not put such a time limit or time constraint on
Yeah, and
everything.
maybe all those other things you're doing aren't really as important if you're not fully present with them. If you're just rushing
Correct.
through them, are they going to even be worth doing, really? Like really prioritize where you're putting your energy and focus, and maybe just slowing down and growing chamomile, and maybe not worrying about the house being perfectly tidy every moment. Maybe that's a
Yeah.
waste of your life. Maybe that's eating up the time. And then as you slow down, things might fall into place even easier with less effort.
Yeah. I think you're right. And I think it's just a reflection of it. She seemed to be very Victoria's life. She focused on exactly what needed to be done in the moment.
Uh-huh.
She wasn't anywhere else other than, and I
No.
think that's why she seemed so much calmer and more grounded, was because she wasn't stuck
Hmm.
thinking about the past
No.
or the future. It was
Mm-mm.
just an acceptance and being present.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely things to
And
learn from.
she was very efficient woman. She was very tidy. She was very neat. She was very clean, very much like you. Um,
Yeah.
in my read anyway, the psychic medium part of me channeling her, everything had its place. Everything was in its place.
Yeah.
But she didn't need to overdo it. She just put it there, and no need to fret about the placement of it. No need to fret about all of that. She's just like, okay, it's there, that's where it goes. And then stepping back 10 paces and taking an overall look, it's still a Renoir. You don't need to worry about every little thing in place. You step
Sure.
back and the Renoir is perfect. I think that in her view, that's what I kept seeing.
That's so funny. I just realized my watch was on upside down. How funny. Upside down time.
Yeah, I was upside down time.
Weird.
It was.
Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna do so much reflection on that forever, but especially in the next couple of days, and really observe and compare my behavior. But that was really cool. It was really it got my ability to like get information. The more we went through, the
Right,
more clear it became. At the
right,
start it was a bit, it's almost like there's a shadow over
right,
everything, and it was
right.
hard to kind of get things to come out, but then it sort of made sense the more it went on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was really cool.
I think you did well because the deeper you went and you gave yourself permission to absorb the emotion and feeling of whatever it is you were taking in, you were able to expand on it without even me prompting you. You were able to say, "Oh,
Sure.
and this, and my sister's like this," and then your sister went off with Ron. She went off.
Yeah.
You're like, "That's all right." You're like, you didn't like him like that anyway. And it's okay because your sister she really did need somebody near her all the time, you know. She really
It's so
did.
funny. So
Yeah.
funny thinking about the personality of my sister. And
Oh,
she would
yeah.
have gone, "What are you talking about? No, we're not together."
Oh, I
But then,
know.
you know,
Very
behind
stubborn.
closed doors, there'd be the hand holding.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Secrets.
know. I know. I
So
I
funny.
could feel
Oh my
her.
gosh.
Yeah. It was so amazing how those personalities came through.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
And your beautiful granddaughter.
Yeah.
She was
The
very
redhead granddaughter.
mhm. She was gorgeous.
Yeah. Very, very pretty. Like
Mm.
long red hair.
Mhm, mhm.
Didn't really delve much into about her, but yeah, it's,
Yeah, but there's something there. And I think that she was quite a woman too because your son married a strong woman and he never wanted to quell
yeah.
or quiet her down. He wanted her to he promoted her to be herself and that raised a daughter that was exceptionally um, beautiful in that way. Beautiful, yes, physical, but beautiful in the way that she owned every part of her. You know,
Hmm.
I think she was like the perfect vision of how we would all like to be. She was an amazing
Hmm.
girl. That girl.
To just be given no limits.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
supported and
very
given.
much.
Yeah, no boundaries whatsoever. She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
privilege.
Wow.
Oh,
What a journey for
strange
the.
feeling. I need to relax. I feel like I need to
Mhm.
nap, but at the same time, I feel quite energized. Oh, the
Yeah.
sky's just gone. The sky's just gone blue here. Actually, I thought it was about to storm.
Oh
So
my.
perfect weather for planting some
There
plants.
you go.
Um, wow. But thank you for taking me through this. It was quite a journey.
Yeah, it's very moving, isn't it?
Yeah, there's so much thought. I'm just going to be in this think space for so long now.
Yeah, yeah. And you can come back to it anytime you want. You know, that's your space. You're allowed to go back there and visit it and gain more knowledge, gain a closer relationship with Victoria. Stay in that haze anytime you want. You
Yeah,
can drop back into that haze of that light because it is a life that is actually continuing to exist. It hasn't stopped. It just continues. You know, time is not linear. So it's a time. It's just only a frequency that you can slip through. You just slip through a different frequency and you'll be able to visit her and go there
yeah,
and get more information on your granddaughter, get more information on your son, get more information on your own life in between those gaps. You know, we jumped from the
yeah,
most important part of your life to the next important event to the next moment, but in between those important events were little events that also matter as well. So you're completely able to dip back in there into that haze
and I
and
feel like I will
oh
during my
yeah.
meditation. I think that's where it's going to just naturally
Yeah.
go.
Yes, it will. And you're going to find her with you in a very present way. I think she's going to be there communicating and coaching you because she really didn't put up with any dawdling about. You know, she was just like,
Yeah,
let's make our mind up and let's just do this now. There's no need to do this.
yeah,
There's no need to let's just get this done. You know, time's wasting. Let's just do this. And so,
efficient.
yes, very, very efficient, which is I mean, we can all benefit from that kind of coaching. So you're very blessed to have her a part of you.
Yeah.
So thank you
Yeah.
again for being my guest on the Help Me Rhonda podcast and enjoying your
Thank
past
you.
life regression and remembering that anytime that you have anything that you want to touch into, emotional question, healing, um, you know, intellectual questions about what we need and want or things we want to improve, health, anything like that. Past life can offer so much knowledge, growth, and healing. And it's such a holistic, safe, beautiful journey.
Yeah.
And you were very worried
I
that you
agree.
wouldn't be able to be hypnotized. And look how
Yeah.
successful. Hmm.
My body felt very, I almost felt disconnected from it. Like
Oh,
it,
yes.
I was aware of my physical body, but I couldn't differentiate between where my hands were
Right.
laying or anything. It
Uh-huh.
just
Right.
felt sort of all warm,
Yes.
warm and heavy.
Yes. Yes.
It was good.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, you were definitely able to disconnect and move forward and let go and just trust all the story. And once you trust it, the story tells itself. You don't even have
Yeah.
to, it's a matter of you listening because it just unfolds for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way of saying it. Definitely.
Well, I want you to have a beautiful day today there in Melbourne,
Thank you.
Australia.
It's getting started now. It'll be lunchtime
Yeah.
in an hour. And it's
Great.
evening for you, isn't it? Late night.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And thank you very much. And again,
Thank
good on
you.
her.
Thank you. It's a real blessing. So thank you so much for taking me through it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for
It's
sharing.
amazing. And I feel like the benefits will just keep coming.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I feel like I can't even explain it in this moment, but I think
Yes.
that
Oh,
down
yeah.
the track, that's
Mhm.
where I'm going to still be benefiting
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah. It does. It just continues to, it continues to unfold. Thank you so much for letting us take this journey with you and being so open to share this journey, this very private, personal journey that you let us take with you. It's really beautiful. And everybody, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Help Me Rhonda podcast. And if you have time, uh, listen to the others. We've got some other great journeys on there, but I know that Alice, you have a presence online, and you're a business owner as well. We'll have all your
Yeah.
information below, of course, in the comment section description of the podcast. But they can reach
Awesome.
you on your Instagram. They can definitely reach you there.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Lavender and cream. Like face cream.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, lavender and
Um
cream.
yeah, lavender and cream. That's my little public profile there that I've
Great.
connected with you through, and yeah,
Excellent.
my business page, Doris Draper.
Doris
If
Draper.
you're in Australia, yeah.
Well, we'll make sure that I list those, and soon we'll be
Awesome.
able to visit and give patronage to little shops um,
Yay.
across the United States and across the world without any boundaries blocking
Mm,
us from giving, from purchasing from your business. I think that's going to change soon to where we can actually buy overseas and not, you know, pay more for
let's hope.
postage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
It's
now
a
things
it's a
are
whole thing.
yeah, right now things are pretty expensive, but after COVID ends, hopefully the cost of shipping something will be
Yeah.
hopefully it'll go back to
Reasonable.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very
Awesome.
much, and everybody take care, light and love, and stay tuned for more good stuff on the way.